after I had Elizabeth, and I feel like every mother might have gone through this, but you kind of lose your like, I don't want to say purpose because your children are always your purpose, but still, like I lost
sense of self, maybe.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
I think what I'm a little stressed about is that I'm gonna have the kids in 2 different schools.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, the driving. Ugh. Granted, they're not too far from each other, but still, I'm like,
It's just an adjustment, and then
yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys the day of the toaster?
oh god.
Like, he was old enough to where I feel like this shouldn't have happened. I'm upstairs, and downstairs we have the smoke detector.
Oh.
Here,
Oh, boy.
fire! He found it entertaining that when you press the button down on the toaster, the lights would turn red. So he just kept doing it, and apparently the smoke.
Oh, bless his heart. So welcome. It is season 2, episode 9 of Primas, pero not really.
Episode 9 or 1?
No, well, season 2, episode 1, but technically episode 9 if you like follow the whole.
She confusing me over here already.
I know.
We just started.
I know.
You're throwing out numbers. There's math involved.
There's a reason why everything we've done in life has no math. But it is technically episode 9, but it is the first episode of season 2 of, again, Primas, pero not really. So a lot going on. And it's not just a new season. We were kind of just talking as we were getting ready for this of it's a season of transitions in general for us individually.
Yeah.
I know, like for me, pretty soon I'm going to be an empty nester. Your first one is going to be going off to college, and your first one's going to kindergarten.
I know. Isn't that so crazy?
And you have some amazing news to share, which I'm going to leave that up to you to share with our audience.
This is going to kindergarten?
You can mention that she's going to kindergarten, but you have some other extra amazing news to share.
I do. I am the new managing director for a dance studio called LCA Performing Arts in, I guess you would consider it being North Miami. And yeah, that's been the major change since the last time we were together. And it's been, I think I might have like grown a few gray hairs. I will say that because it's a whole nother level of, it's a lot of work.
That's awesome.
But I love it. I love it so much, you guys. Like I just, it was one day I told my students, I'm like, you guys, I might just like spend the night here because I'm leaving at 10 o'clock at night and I'm getting there at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, I might as well just like bring a pillow and blanket and just sleep in my office because it's getting used to it. It's the season's already there. So I'm having to jump in and learn and keep going, you know? So it's not like I have like 2 months where I can just learn everything and then take over.
There's not like corporate, right? There's no onboarding process.
Nah,
It's
ain't no
sink or
onboarding.
swim
I'm
process.
onboarding and working at the same time.
It is just a
More
sink
like
or swim.
waterboarding then.
yeah. But it's been a lot. But honestly, I think that I will say after I had Elizabeth, and I feel like every mother might have gone through this, but you kind of lose your like, I don't want to say purpose because your children are always your purpose, but still, like I lost
sense of self, maybe.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
I lost it, and I didn't know where I wanted to take my life because I knew I wasn't going to go back on stage. I knew I wasn't going to go on tour. I had 2 kids. Like, what was my purpose? And the other day, I found myself in the car it was Friday, after a long day of rehearsal. And I cried I was just so happy because I'm like, I think I finally found because you get to a point in your life where you're like, what's my end goal? Like, what's my thing that's going to carry me on to? And I had that moment and I was like, yeah, I'm there.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and I know,
so.
like, we know you wanting to have a studio. That's been like a dream for you.
It's
So
literally a dream of mine. I just didn't know how it was going to come about. Like, what was it going to be? Was I taking over something? Was I, managing something? But you never know what the future has to hold.
Exactly.
So I'm excited.
you should
Very excited.
be. Now, with having the little gremelinos, is it also kind of like they can come with you and at least it's like, I don't want to say built-in babysitting, but you know what I mean?
Oh, it absolutely is built-in babysitting because my fellow teachers and my students and all, they love the kids. And because it's such a great space that my kids can literally like run everywhere. They're in the aqua room playing in the match, jumping off, like Elizabeth's doing cartwheels. I'm like, great. I'm like,
Release all the
perfect.
energy so
Release
by the
it
time you
all.
get home.
It still doesn't work because they're still wide awake in the car on the way home.
Well, you know,
But-
we are melatonin mommies over here. We're okay with that. Just saying.
What was I say before they get in the car? Here's a candy.
They get
No, but it's been nice. My kids loved it. We had our Frozen show, and Elizabeth was there with me. she was sitting on the side watching, and I was like, "You see Elsa?" She's like, "It's Elsa."
Oh my gosh.
So it's those moments that that I will always remember.
Nice.
She will remember it, but
Again, you're like, she won't, but I will.
I mean,
I
she
have those
might.
memories.
She's
yeah,
old
but I'm
enough to
also
be
excited too because the performing arts school, it has singing, dancing, and acting, and I've always wanted to give my kids the opportunity to do that too because I did it. So now it's like they get to do it in my space.
Yeah.
So it's it hits different. It's not like I'm taking them somewhere else to get taught. So it's been a lot, but I will say I'm ready for the craziness. I'm like someone's like, this is hard. I'm like, I know, but I'm ready for it.
Nice.
So
Now is she's the one going into kindergarten.
she is going into kindergarten, and I don't really know how to feel about it. I think I'm like excited because I'm like, yay, she's going to school, but they've been going to daycare, and I've always considered that like school because she got homework.
I was gonna ask, do they do homework?
Yeah,
in
she
daycare?
gets like a little packet, and they have to like complete the whole packet in the week. And I think it's getting them used to doing, which I think is great. But like, I'm not like, oh my god, kindergarten, because they already were in daycare,
Yeah.
preschool. So, but yeah, I think what I'm a little stressed about is that I'm going to have the kids in 2 different schools.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, the driving. Ugh. Granted, they're not too far from each other, but still. I'm like,
It's just an adjustment, and then
yeah.
it becomes the norm.
Yeah,
So,
it's the adjustment of them going to 2 different schools, and then the studio that I manage is all the way North Miami, which is about, I would say, it's about 17 miles, 30 minutes. Sometimes it takes me an hour. So between that and then the school, like I cannot tell you enough. I'm so lucky to have the village that I have because I'm like, Tia, Mom, Dad, I need someone.
Yeah,
they all have car seats now. Everyone that I trust has car seats. Who can pick up the kids now?
Pick one.
Like somebody
You
grab
said
a kid and just meet me.
That's right. You
right?
said that one time where it's like, pick a kid, grab a kid, and go. That's it. Just
Everybody
go.
knows that they need to go.
Yeah,
Go. Pick one
exactly.
together.
Exactly. So honestly, like I would have not been able to take this opportunity if I knew I did not have the village behind me because it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard. Because like tomorrow I have to be at the studio at 11 a.m. Who gonna pick up the kids? I don't know. I'm going to
Pick a
eeny,
kid.
meeny, miny, mo.
Somebody pick a kid, like a Publix number.
Well, when I went back to work, I was a single mom. I mean, I was a stay-at-home mom. And when I went back to work, it was, Mom, can you help me? Because if not, if I have to pay someone to do this, I'm going to work to pay for daycare. I had a 4-year-old, a 2.5-year-old, and a 1-year-old. Like it was, they were just, they were like a little. So I'm like, if it was 3 under 4 at one point, if I have to pay for daycare without the village, I couldn't have done it either.
Yeah.
So I completely understand. And trust me, like it's worth it.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's worth it.
Absolutely.
Now we're on the opposite end because now your oldest is going off to college, where hers is entering kinder. Well, both of ours, our kids are heading off.
Because my youngest, my number 3, he's
Bless his heart.
school's hard for him.
And school's not for everyone.
No, but it's not even. I'll never forget. He was in kindergarten when my oldest was in 5th grade.
Okay.
And their graduation was the same day. His was in the morning, and number 1's was in the afternoon.
I can only imagine where this story is going.
And we're talking about, like the weekend before, we're like, oh, because, he's going to have to go to middle school. And my little one looks at me and he goes, middle school? And we're like, yeah. He goes, he's not done? Like, what do you mean? He's like, he's graduating.
Oh my God.
He's not done. I'm like, you think he graduates at the age of 10? And he's like, I have to do this again? How many years of this is there? I was like, there's no kid. And he just looked at me like, are you kidding me? And I was like, I'm sorry. I wish I had better answers for you. I'm like, and after middle school, there's high school. And he just looked at me and he was like,
He's like processing it all.
Right?
Aw.
he's like, but I'm like, well, then after high school comes college. And he's just like,
I'm not doing that shit.
was
I'm not doing
Like, I'm
that.
done.
what if I don't want to go to college? I go, well, then you go and you get a job. And he goes, he was just, there was just so many things at the age
options
of 5.
are not optioning
He
for that
thought
moment.
his older brother was like done.
Like,
ready to go
you're
to
good.
the real world. At the age of 5th grade, he was done with school.
Like, hope you survive.
Yeah. Welcome to
God.
adulthood. Like,
But it was just so genuine. That's just
I was gonna
him.
say it's like
he was just
innocence,
like,
wait a minute, what?
he was like, what do you mean he's not done? I'm like, what do you mean he's not? He goes, he graduates. Like, there's more.
Listen, I am a firm believer in, we have way too many graduation ceremonies now. Way too many. We've got the VPK, the kindergarten one, and then when they finish elementary, the 5th grade one, and then
That's a lot.
back in my day, way back in the day, high school. That's it.
I remember when it was both. I remember when it was
I remember my
kindergarten
pre-K
and then
high school.
And then high school. That's what I remember. I remember those.
I think there was a 5th grade dance, and there was an 8th grade prom.
There's always like those dances.
There was
and stuff,
5th grade dance, 8th grade prom. You maybe had 9th grade prom.
No. Mine.
You went into high school.
No. Mine was 9th grade. Yeah. My
prom at 9th grade.
Yeah,
because when I was
some schools did. Yeah, you're right.
Middle school for me was up until 9th grade.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't until my
6th grade used to be in the elementary school.
Yeah, my junior year of high school was actually the first freshman class at my high school. That was the first year that we had freshmen. Yeah, that's how old I am. What? You look so surprised.
I am. I'm like, wait,
She's shook. Like, what do you mean? They didn't have. She didn't have a freshman class.
Yeah,
No.
6th grade used to be in elementary school.
Yeah. Yep.
Do I remember? I feel like I remember.
No way, you couldn't. You didn't remember what we didn't like. Stop.
I do. No, my Miami Heights had 6th grade when I was there.
You're born in 89, right?
I'm pretty sure that was 6th
that
grade.
math you can do, right?
No, because she's my cousin's age. That's the only
Okay,
reason.
I was like, that math you can do.
And it's 7 years, and that's the only reason why I know.
Okay, do the math.
So you're born in 89, which
Everyone
means,
knows my age now. Thank you. I'm just kidding.
listen, and you're still younger than all of us, so it's okay. So let's see, 89. You would have been.
Oh my goodness.
Andrew was in 92.
That is our marker when you live in Miami. When did Hurricane Andrew happen?
And the reason why I say that is because Hurricane Andrew happened right before I started 5th grade. And that's why I remember it.
Mine was high school.
So in 92, you would have been.
I was
90, 90.
Oh my God, carry the one.
You would have been 3.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have remembered.
But
Unless, I mean, maybe the school you were at hadn't transitioned out of that yet, but I think by that time.
Pero irregardless, as a teacher, she rolled her eyes so hard at me right now.
Words.
Yeah.
Pero yeah, it was
Wait a
freshman
minute.
year.
What does LCA stand for?
Lights, camera, action.
Thank you.
Acronym. Oh, look.
How did you not know?
I know. I wasn't thinking about that. I really
I've been
genuinely
wondering
thought.
what it's been standing for the past 3 months.
I really thought you were asking like, oh, what is it? No, but you're probably asking because you were
It's an acronym where she was really like, wait
she
a minute,
was
what does it
actually
stand
curious
for?
what it stands for.
You said that it was different things, and I'm like trying to think of LCA, like something acting.
If anyone's ever wondering like what goes on in Yvette's head,
Here it is.
a full conversation had taken place, everything, but for her it was like, what's LCA
I was like
even
stuck.
mean?
Have you ever? Did you see the movie Bugs Life?
There we go. You see, ADD at its finest.
Bugs Life. Okay, when everybody's like going in the little line and the
And
little
then
leaf falls, he's like, I'm lost, and he can't move because the trees. That's me. Like LCA just fell in front of me, and I'm just like,
I can't move. I'm stuck.
help. Somebody tell me what this means so I can proceed around it.
I love that movie, by the way.
But anyways, I'm like, hold on a second. Get back on track. I'm trying here. And
Hey,
in
how do
my
you guys-
defense, I am getting over a horrible flu, so my brain is not like fully braining.
No.
Pero
I was actually worried that you weren't going to be able to make it today.
I know. You're lucky I'm
like
not
that.
hacking like a 90-year-old chain smoker.
Oh,
She
well,
looked
tell us
But
how
I-
you guys feel about your babies graduating.
She needs to get the hell out. Like, I'm done.
Tell us how
No,
you
I'm
really
kidding.
feel.
I'm kidding. I love my kid. She just needs to really pick a school. It is going to be out of state. So we know that. It's going to be out of state.
Oh, it is.
So she's decided already it's not a saint.
Yeah, it's going to be out of state. So she's either going with Ole Miss or it's going to be
Your wife just be.
I know.
Just saying.
We won't talk about that. Or it'll be a Georgia state school. I am leaning towards Georgia just because, again,
Your family.
I think I mentioned it before. We have a lot of family there. So just for my sense of
Comfort.
peace of mind and comfort, I would much rather her be in Georgia. So we're just waiting for
What
her
is
to
she gonna study? Has she figured
criminal
that out?
justice.
Nice.
So we don't know if she will go
Of course,
down.
her daughter.
She was going to be a nurse at some point, no?
She wanted to be like a trauma nurse, and then she really got into the whole like forensics type stuff. And I'll
Those
never forget.
documents that
Okay,
you watch.
so here, just to give you insight, and Look, I pay for her therapy bills, so I know my kid's not crazy or, some sort of menace to society. But I'll never forget when she was interviewing for the local hospital for Baptists for their volunteer program. They have to do an interview. Now, imagínate, it was the very first time. So she has the laptop set up, and I'm on the other side of the laptop, like kind of giving her prompts so as I hear the answers. And the lady asked her, like, and I'm going to paraphrase it because it's been a while, but like why she wants to volunteer in this particular department. And she was like, well, I kind of want to see like how you can put a body like back together. And I was like, that does not sound weird at all. And I just kind of sat there and I looked at her from like over the monitor and I'm like, what the fuck? Like you said that out loud and they still got you as a volunteer for these little viejitos?
How to put a body back together? Like if it's a jigsaw puzzle.
I'm thinking of the game operation type of thing. Like
That's what I thought it was, the operation game. Just like,
and I'm just thinking to myself, clearly my kids have watched way too many true crime series along with me. But that was the first thing that came to her mind. And I was like, to you, that sounded perfectly normal. But anyways, fast forward, now she is very much interested in like forensics and like crime scene, like gathering crime scene evidence, things like that. So it's either going that route or she'll take the path of law school because the high school she's at, she's doing the law program. So it can go either way.
feel like she would be
it's better
really-
than taking the bodies apart.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory,
She'll
right?
fight to figure out who did it to the bodies.
Or,
I was gonna say she'll
in
figure
theory,
out who
right?
it
Like,
is.
you could have gone to the complete.
yeah. I mean, she make a phenomenal lawyer. God
I
knows
was
she can
literally,
argue.
you literally took the words out of my mouth. I really feel like she's gonna be a great lawyer.
Yeah.
Because she can definitely argue.
She will argue.
She will argue to the T.
It's hard to do corporate law. There's more money.
I always
real estate
encourage
Corporate?
anyone that
Really?
corporate.
Corporate real
Why? There's no billable hours. You're not dying at a law firm. Like what? No, it's 8 to 5. It's corporate.
What
No,
are
no,
the years? Like how many years of school?
Law
will she
school
have
is
to
3
do?
years. It's 3 years.
So she would have to do undergrad and then she can go into law
You
school?
can major in basket weaving. It doesn't matter what your undergrad is, and this is horrible. I'm not selling it for
Isn't
law
it the
schools,
LSAT?
but the LSAT, you do have to take the
Blind,
LSAT.
legally blind.
You do have to take the LSAT. But it doesn't matter what your undergrad is in. Again, you can, like my undergrad was in public relations and marketing. So as long as you take the LSAT, you have the right score, you go into law school. So, but I always encourage people who want to go to law school. It's like, if you can get into corporate law and like be counsel for a corporation, you're working 8 to 5. You're not doing billable hours every 15 minutes. Like that life is just dreadful.
That's
Dreadful.
what my older sister does, billings for law firms.
Oh, it's
So
dreadful.
she's always,
So we'll see what path she wants to take. But she did initially start with trauma nurse. Why? Because putting bodies back together, I guess. I don't know.
all those ID shows she be watching.
I don't know.
Put a body back together.
She's like, I think it'd be pretty cool. Like,
Now she's gonna figure out who took the body apart.
again, I'd rather
now
she
she's on the
not.
other side.
I'd rather she not be like Dexter.
I was gonna say we've come full circle. I guess then she's.
God, my goodness. But yeah. Now, what's yours? Obviously baseball for your.
When
your
does he leave?
oldest.
Did he get his schedule yet?
No. Semester starts in August. He'll be leaving, I guess, in August. I don't know how that works when they move in.
Probably July, no? Orientation and then is he staying in the dorm?
Yeah, he has to live on campus.
Oh,
Is that because of the
I think as
don't know.
freshmen they have to live on campus.
Oh,
If
okay.
you're not
if you're not
commuter-
in state.
if you're not a commuter, you have to live on campus as a freshman. I know, like
Yeah.
after that, you can change and he's designated to a specific dorm. Ooh, sound like a glow stick. When
Click, click.
guys, there's
Just so much
there's
happening.
decades of age here, so it is what it is. They snap, crackle, pop.
We're the age of the Tootsie Roll
Yeah,
and everything
exactly.
else.
These
So
ones-
yeah.
these don't go like they used to. So he did commit to a school up in New York State. He's about 45 minutes from the city, so that's great. Really excited for him.
Va a pasar un frío.
That's what everybody tells me. Like, "Va a pasar un frío." I'm like, it's fine. He'll be fine. Honestly, like, it's not like he's living in Antarctica. There's jackets, there's sweaters, and he's not gonna be going. He's not gonna be sitting in class outside. They're gonna be indoors.
But baseball's
He'll be
outside.
fine.
I was gonna say.
I was like, baseball's outside, girl.
Sí, pero, okay. So first of all, they're hitting and stuff indoors.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, the games are going to be played outside, pero
Oh my God.
How's it for you?
If there's one thing we love, it's spending time with our kids and passing down some of our favorite traditions. And as Miami girls, of course, we're wild about the fair, starting March 12th through April 5th. Watching our kids enjoy the 87 plus rides while we enjoy all the food options is one of our favorite annual traditions. So while your gremelinos are screaming on the roller coaster, you're devouring one of this year's new bites like Berry Wild Pop-Tart Sundae or the classic elephant ear. Or why limit yourself? Have both. So get wild about the fair starting March 12th and visit fairexpo.com for information on tickets, spring break hours, and more so you can be there, the fair.
I've been watching the whole
it's
football
not like he
stuff.
goes and plays baseball and, I don't know, in a Speedo.
I don't know. You never know. They might be into that over
I've
there.
seen Savannah Bananas or whatever those
He
teams
has
are.
he'll have his uniform and he's a catcher, so he'll be like, abrigadito with a bunch of tarecos on him. So
Tarecos? I love
he should
it.
be fine and he'll be fine. I honestly know he's gonna be great.
How does he feel? Like, has he talked to you
Is he
about
excited?
it? Like, is he
I
excited?
don't think
Like,
it's sunk in yet that
Yeah.
he's leaving. Like, and when I say sunk in, like, there's things that we'll talk about, and I just think I think it's also like his brothers. Like, he is the oldest, and he is such a pivotal part of our household. His brothers look up to him. He just does a lot. He just kind of assumes the role for a lot of times, even though he drives me crazy 95% of the time. I think the same way that he drives me crazy, I think when he goes away is when it's going to be like, oh shit, mom's not here to do everything for me anymore.
It's like, oh, wait.
yeah, but you've been teaching him. He knows how to do his laundry. He can cook
Yeah, but he doesn't.
But it's,
I mean, he does it. I'm sorry. He does his own laundry, but then it'll be like
Because that's really the hard part when
Almost
you're
like when
bathing
he
your
went-
kids and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
go and then all of a sudden they don't know how to do
They
it.
does
gotta
know.
figure it out.
He knows how to do his own laundry. He'll be living in the dorm, so he won't have
There's like a laundry mat
really like
type
too
of
much.
thing
I mean,
that they do.
there's a laundry on
Like
the
a room.
floor.
yeah, it's like apartment living. Yeah.
But it's not necessarily an apartment. It's the old school dorms to where they have a meal plan.
Oh, wow.
And he goes to the cafeteria, whatever area, and they eat there. And it's the two beds, and he will be sharing a dorm with somebody.
He
And
doesn't know yet, right? They meet day of,
I mean,
right?
for the most part, baseball players room with baseball players.
Okay.
They get to
okay.
pick.
He's going to have so much
They get
fun.
to pick.
Yeah.
And there are a few other kids from the area who are, I think, going up to the same school. So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up
But it's,
dorm.
so I was giggling as you were saying, like, has it hit him yet? Because I remember one of someone within the Colombian family, when she got married, like, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago, she gets married, blah, 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 all at her parents' house. And she's like cleaning the things out of her room. And she was like, okay, I'll see you later. And she's saying goodbye to her husband, her now husband. And he was like, no, you come with me. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, no, we're married now. You come with me. And she was like literally just sitting on the couch and she just started crying because she was like, what do you mean I have to go with you? But I live here.
Oh, because they got married.
It didn't hit her of like, we got married and we have to like move out. We have to leave. And that's why.
But they do everything for me here.
And bless her husband's heart, man, because that day he was like, listen, if you want to spend the night, like you can stay at your parents' house. And her parents were like, no, you're married.
Leave!
The hell she can. That was part of the I do.
That was part of this agreement that,
You asked for her hand. You are taking it.
That's why as you're talking about him being like, I don't think it really hit him. I'm just remembering back to her sitting on the couch, holding her little box of things. And like, I gotta go? Like, I don't live here anymore? Like, what? What do you mean?
Well, and obviously he still comes back. He's still going to have his room. He's still going to have his stuff. But I think it hasn't hit him in the aspect that like...
You're not going to
The
be there
day-to-day.
every day to day.
Yeah, the day to day that there is no... Oh, you didn't do your laundry? Don't call mom and ask her to take your clothes out of the dryer. Like, there's no...
You have dirty uniforms?
You didn't wash your socks? You're going to wear dirty socks. Like those things. Like there's... And he doesn't have his brothers because they cover each other up too. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of, oh, wait, and I forgot to do this. Can you... And...
Yeah.
So they do cover each other. Yeah, they
Now
catch
he's
each other.
gonna- it's
But now
independent.
he's gonna have to do on his own. Obviously, they'll have teammates, and I know that it's different. Like I learned when their father played. Like the teammate role basically picks up the brother role. You don't have to like each other, but you have to get along.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I did notice, when their father played, that I always thought it was so cool, because we would be at a bar and it would be people you don't really like, but you have to play with. Something happened and it's like, oh, I got to go show face for this guy. And I'm like, but you don't even like him. And he's like,
Doesn't
yeah, but
matter.
he's my teammate. I got to be there. If something goes down, I have to be there. And it was always, you didn't go anywhere by yourself. You didn't do any of these things that where you could get in trouble. You didn't go by yourself because you needed to have somebody with you. So I'm grateful that because he is going to go play, that I feel like that's going to be that camaraderie. That's what I'm hoping for him to find. That's what I'm hoping for him to, to see once he gets there, and just have that bond with his teammates.
What's interesting is that after my oldest, once she graduated high school, she didn't go anywhere. She stayed local. But the dynamics did change. And I noticed that, I don't want to say it was something that bothered her, but I think it was something that just surprised her in the sense of, now she's working. She's going to college, all that. She's no longer in the car with me and her sister doing the activities, doing all the running around. So for her, it was missing out. That's the
Having
part.
FOMO.
I don't know if it was FOMO, but it was more of the just missing out on those moments of, I don't have that with you anymore. That driving to volleyball and, eating in the parking lot right before volleyball or going from volleyball to dance.
Yeah.
And those little moments are gone. And that was something that neither was I. She wasn't anticipating. Whereas from my perspective, it was just keep going. I still have another kid that I still got to pick up from school, take her to dance and do whatever. From her perspective, it's I'm missing out on that time that I used to have with you. Yeah. Now I don't have it. And what are you guys talking about? When did that happen? And so imagine for him, he's going to be in another state and be like, wait, what?
I think what's kind of happened now, because he is driving, he has his own car. So him and his brother, before, I would pick them up for practice. So a lot of the conversations, how was practice, would happen between all of us in the car. And now it's just him and his brother coming home from practice. So I think that's kind of maybe helped take that Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
But I know for me, that's been hard. Because
I was going to ask you, is that now you hey?
Well, there's times where I'm talking to them, oh, no, this and that. I'm like, you didn't tell me about it. And they're like, and I recognize that these are conversations that are being had in the car after practice, and they're driving home together after practice. So mom's not there anymore, And
it's those little things that
you do miss it.
It's always the little things.
You do miss it.
But you don't think about. I didn't think about that aspect when my oldest, graduated, and it's like, okay, you're going off to college, blah, blah. In my mind, I'm like, volleyball ends. I'm going to enjoy this last season of hers. It's her senior season, da, da, da. Same thing with dance of it's her senior season. And once July comes, that's it. There's no more. I didn't think about all the little moments in between. And so it was with my oldest that she's the one that kind of brought it to my attention. I was like, that is gone. And it does have to adapt and change and things like that. So, but if he's already kind of starting that because he's driving now. I think that's
what it is. I think that it's kind of like that it's kind of been the transition. But then look, for New Year's, I was very big. I'm like, I want to do something this New Year's, because chances are when he comes back from college, he's not going to want to hang out with me for New Year's Eve. He's going to be like, no.
Is that kind of why you did your trip?
I wanted to do Nashville for a bit, but it was my thought process of this is probably the last time all three boys were going to do a trip for New Year's. Maybe not. I'm not saying that I wouldn't include him. I'm just saying once he comes back from school.
Listen, you'd be surprised because
Yeah.
You'd be surprised because my little one, when she turned 18, she was like, "Mom, you gonna come to the club with me?" And I'm like, "Look at me." No, I'll be asleep in the corner. No, we're leaving at what time? No.
I will say when I turned 18, sorry, Mom, it was a tradition, and she took me to Le Bears.
Oh, qué scandalous!
What? My mom?
That's why I'm looking. I'm looking at you, mommy. Oh my goodness.
Her and my tia, they used to go in, but that was a tradition. So when I was 18,
that was a tradition. I love that. That's a family tradition.
I think she did it. She did it with Denise too. She did it with Denise too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh my God. And look at she would never.
And don't even, because you know the Thea that I'm talking about.
I would die. I would die like on so many
You've never been to.
No, she's just mother.
Oh. Good times.
That's where she's like, I would die.
It would never even cross my mind to the option.
Of all the people to go with, look at her. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
Camera. Grab
There
your
it
vets. Zoom in.
I'll make sure.
I cannot. I can't even. No. No.
It's like you're literally
the
visualizing
stories,
it.
the stories that I've heard, like my mom was fun when, well, not that she's not.
I was
she
gonna
still
say,
is.
you said it in
but
past
she
tense.
was fun when she was,
Damn.
Now you
I
know where
have
me
to
and
sit
Evie got
down
it
with
from. So we were at bingo, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, don't look at me because I know you used to do that.
My God. But yeah, when she was like, Mom, you want to go to, I think it was Space. I was like, ¿qué?
Space is still exists.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
But I
God.
was like, because,
does it make
18. So she's got to pick like 18 and over clubs.
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm just like, look at me. Are you insane? Like, I would need a nap. There's not enough coffee on this earth that I would need to try and stay awake. Like, can I just give you the credit card? Just go. Have a good time. Is your brother, my godson, is your brother going with you? You're in good hands. Go. Have a great time. But she was like, come on. I was like, no. So you'd be surprised. During a break, you might be like, Mom, let's go out. Let's go hang.
While in Nashville, we considered him going, but I didn't like. It was the other two, and I didn't know. They were like, I didn't know what to do with the other two, and I didn't leave them at the Airbnb.
I didn't know what to do with them.
I mean, I wasn't gonna leave them by themselves at the Airbnb, and it's like, hey,
The middle one I trust. That little one, though, it's 50-50.
Is he?
That little one?
Really?
It's like my little one.
I've only
Put
met
them
him
to-
twice, and he always seemed very like chill. Was it
Listen.
twice? Two?
he's
I don't
not
know.
a.
When my little one and her little one would get together at baseball games, every time I turn around, I'd be like, seriously? Just what?
Yeah, like he's not a bad guy. He's just a bad guy. You know, it's one of those, like,
He's like Wreck-It Ralph.
That's exactly what it is. He's like Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, he's not a bad kid. Like he doesn't. He's just.
He's the last kid.
So I can tell you that
That's Evenese.
my oldest started staying home by himself when he was about maybe 11. Not a care in the world. I could leave him, go to the market. My youngest, I will go to the market and be like FaceTiming him because I'm not confident.
Pobrecito.
I repeat, the only reason why I leave him by himself sometimes is because I know that even if he attempts to open the door, the dog will like help at some point. I hope.
I don't know.
Because he just does things sometimes that I'm just like,
What? Did you think this through?
although
That's the thing. Did you think it through? That's really the thing with the little one.
although my middle one too has made questionable. Did I ever tell you guys the day of the toaster?
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Sorry, kid. I'm upstairs. It was evening. It was maybe like 7:00. He was, I don't know, maybe 8 years old. Like he was old enough to where I feel like this shouldn't have happened, right? And all of a sudden, I'm upstairs and downstairs we have smoke detectors. And we hear,
oh, boy.
Fire! Right downstairs. And I run downstairs. And he's just sitting there on the kitchen counter because he found it entertaining that when you press the button down on the toaster, the lights would turn red. So he just kept doing it, and apparently the smoke.
Oh, bless his heart.
Apparently the smoke
Bless his heart.
caused the smoke detector. So those are the things that my kids won't necessarily like play with matches, but they will
Play with a toaster.
play with the toaster because the light turns on.
Wow. Bless his heart.
But then my oldest, there's times where I'm like, I've told you, like we went to the market when we were away, and I'm like, oh, just go grab the cheapest hot dog buns. And he leaves, and then he goes back. He's like, how do I know? How do you know what? How do I know which are the cheapest?
You look at the price.
You look at the price. And he looks at me. He's like, where's the price? I'm like, oh, son, you're going away for college. You're not going to make it. I'm like, what do you mean? Where's the price? How long have you been coming to the market for?
Are you
my
serious?
Swear. He goes, where's the price? I'm like, son, there's numbers on the bottom of everything. Just and he goes, oh, okay.
My God.
And I'm like,
You know, again, I like you made the comment about like, you know, I don't know if it was like babying the kids or spoiling the kids or whatever, but they got to figure it out. We all figured it out. They will figure it out.
I'm concerned.
We just figured it out when we were like 8 because we were
just
latchkey kids.
I'm just concerned about the level of figuring out it.
Listen,
How far he's gonna get until he actually figures it out,
Or how delayed is the figuring out, because
and how much bad has to happen before he figures it out.
see, no, you know what? He's gonna get a girlfriend real fast.
Oh yeah.
And then it's going to
Show
be
his
like,
hand on the floor.
do you want to go grocery shopping together? This is a romantic date.
I need to find the cheapest buns.
There you
You
go.
might have to create like an Instacart, but not actually cart,
so
and then he
that's-
just goes and finds the actual object.
Just type in what you need.
Just-
It comes
That's
out.
it. Oh my God. That is, bless his heart.
But my kids are really smart.
In other ways.
But they're
Not
like,
grocery
but then
store
like
ways.
the common sense like hiccups, which I can understand.
I agree. Listen, there's some folks that are street smarts, book smart,
I'm a firm believer of that.
and then you know, and we
so
joke all the
from
time.
book smart.
So I say me. I said I can understand.
We joke all the time que more often than not se me va el tren. And I'll be like, I am a relatively intelligent person, but I have a question. And it is hands down one of the dumbest questions I could ever ask. And
never
I
will.
recognize it's a dumb question, but it's like, se me fue el tren. I can't think right now. So I get it.
I mean,
get
we
it.
all know. We all know that it's.
Oh, I know. Half the things you ask me, I'm just like, I respond with a asterisk, sigh. That's usually my answer. Sigh.
And it only gets better.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like
Did
just
something
when you
happen?
think,
I think something happened this morning that we were just like,
just
oh,
when you
Yvette's
think I've
brain.
peaked.
Yeah, it was like,
I think it was in the Primas WhatsApp chat.
No, it was like-
that we're like, we need the finger up, finger down. What is thumbs up, thumbs
yes,
down?
yes.
This-
I speak Yvette. She gave a thumbs
I
up.
speak
That means
Yvette.
we're good,
School
guys.
Yvette, wasn't it?
Or
Or
like this is work with schoolwork.
Schoolwork Yvette, yeah.
I'm like I respond in thumbs up, thumbs down.
And then if not, we're good.
I'm like, anytime after that, anytime after 4, I'll speak in sentences.
Yeah, otherwise, no. That's where I come in. I was like, we're good. Everything's fine. Let me translate real
This
quick.
means yes. Go, move forward.
Oh, man. But I know, like, I was just thinking as we were talking about, like, college and kind of the whole adjusting to, like, no kids in the car. Little man, he's going to be in a whole different school from his sister now, right?
which
Is he?
I'm honestly really curious on how that's going to go, because there's been plenty of times where I take like one kid and the other one's like, ah, like screaming for the other one.
Because they're not in the same classroom, I'm assuming, because of the ages, but they are in the same building.
I drop them off at the same time, check them in, they walk in together, and then they split into their different classes.
So it's like the same building. So I mean, he's literally going to be big boy walking by himself in August. Oh,
yeah, he's
I
gonna
know.
be by himself. And
She's a teacher. She's like, whatever, he'll be fine.
and
He'll be
Elizabeth
fine.
is
I said my youngest cried every day of preschool. Every day that I was like, at some point, he's
Yeah.
gonna stop crying.
at
right?
first she did, but she's giving me the I don't want to leave my teacher. Get me in the old school. I don't want the big school. So she's understanding the different schools now. She's not excited about kindergarten. She don't
But I
wanna go.
thought when you guys did the whole school tour, like she liked it. She was excited.
She was super excited
Until she realized,
But
oh, I
when
gotta
she's
come here.
realizing that she's not gonna have the same teacher, that her teacher's only in the small school, she's like, oh no.
Oh, the teacher doesn't come with you, kids.
No,
Sorry.
she absolutely thinks her teacher's coming with her.
Let her know that school doesn't end in 5th grade. It's gonna solve. It's gonna help a lot of issues she may encounter down the line. Just
Do
let her
not
know
get
that
attached, kid. Do not get attached.
5th grade is not where it ends. It's
You mean
kind of long.
there's more? There's more.
There's more coming.
That is awesome. I love that
But
story.
yeah, I thought about that too. Like, I wonder, because part of my ex-husband and I talking, we're like, do we want to keep them together, or do we want to do, financially make sense to have them in separate schools? I know it makes sense. If you're in Florida, you know how it is. It makes sense to financially keep them separate, and then once he qualifies for the program, then he can jump into the same school. But yeah, I'm curious on how that's gonna go.
Yeah, because it'll be, again, him
Because I would
walking in
drop
by himself, all
the
that.
way that I drive, I would drop her off and pick her up first. Because I guess now she's going to set times. Like
Yeah.
with pre-K, I can drop them off and pick them up whenever.
No.
But with school now, like that's gonna be different. So now it's like we gotta be up at this time. Like now I'm like, oh, if they're up at 7, they're up at 7:30. I know I just want them in school before 9 so they can have breakfast.
Oh, but listen, do not underestimate the pickup and drop off line.
Oh,
That
I've
is
heard
a
about those
whole.
nightmares.
That is a whole
I've heard.
time of
And
I've
its
most
own.
heard.
schools, you
I've
don't
heard.
walk the kiddo in.
No, you
You
drop
drop
them
drop
off.
them off and yeah. I've seen my sister with her kids. Like she literally, it's literally like drive through. Like go,
Like
go,
a
go.
car
go.
wash.
Yeah, like a car wash. just pick a
So-
kid, toss them in.
Yeah.
But yeah, the car pickup line, listen, I do not miss those days because, listen, for those who have the village where the abuelas can do it, great, but they don't have anything else to do. So they get there like 30 minutes before school ends. And so you would think it was like the hurricane gas line. And
my
it's
God.
like, ya la niña out the school waiting to pick up the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you also have to account for that, or whoever's going to be picking up the kids, account for that.
My
Yeah.
mother's goal was to be like first in line.
Oh.
To pick up the kids. It was
Not
like,
having a goal.
The
was
goal
first
is for
one
the
line.
kid to be the first one out.
and the
Because
thing
you know,
is, and then I would tell her, I'm like, you're waiting 20 minutes because our kid's the last one to be let out. And she's like, sí, pero estoy en la cola. I'm like, whoever's behind you is hating you.
exactly. It's like whoever's behind you is hating life. But you have to take that into when it comes down for your commute, because it's not just pull into a parking spot, get out. No, there's none of that.
What's crazy because when I was in school, I remember when I was being picked up, you walk out the building, you can go down to the stop sign, your parents gonna pick you up.
No.
There's like safety precautions now because they steal kids and shit.
It's okay.
Oh,
Listen, apparently it's a thing. I would not want to take one that wasn't mine home. I'll tell you that. I work with enough, and I can tell you that if I give it back, I don't want any more.
I don't want to take it.
Sorry.
Que Dios me perdone.
Like I said,
Well, that's what I love about like my youngest daughter. What I love about her school, whenever I describe it, people must be like, it's an old juvie detention center. Right.
but
She's
it doesn't look. But it doesn't look it. But it doesn't look it.
okay. Kind of, sort of, kind of.
No, they've done.
So
knee drops.
they
So tell
have
us what
them
you
just-
really did with your kid. Were you trying to like?
So it is an old like juvie.
and yet it explains so much.
Yeah, now she wants to go into.
I am a really
So
good
you
parent.
did this to her.
I
Tell
am
us.
a good parent. I really am. So it's an old juvie detention center. So what I like about it is the fact that it is so like far off the main road, and the buildings look like apartment buildings from a distance. So unless you really pay attention, you cannot tell
That it's a school.
it's a school because of the way the buildings are set up. So they have like the fence, and then you have to drive in like it's almost like a quarter mile almost before you even hit the buildings. And then once you're inside, there's another fence, and then all the buildings are also fenced in. So what I appreciate about it is the level of security that it has, but it's the backgrounds of it is it's an old juvie detention center. You know,
scaling
oops,
the walls.
oops, because if you try to scale the walls,
Have
you
you
still have
checked
to
if there's
run.
any tunnels? Are there any tunnels in there? You know.
I don't know
We
if
should-
it's
we
like
should look into that.
Shawshank, but
That was a great movie.
it was an awesome movie. I hope people got that reference. It's great. But do you know? Oh God, it's
I could
so,
tell by the way she purses her lips.
my soul. It is hands down one of the best movies
What was it called again?
ever. Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
No.
Okay, we're movie night because my God, one of the best movies ever.
It probably is one of
But-
the best movies I've ever watched.
What is it about?
Oh, we'll have to. We're gonna pin that one.
Okay.
So, but what I like about it is if a kid like, I went to Gables. I wanted to skip school, get in the parking lot, get in my car, and I can leave. They didn't have the gates at that time on the parking lot, so
And
I
we
could
had
just
gates,
leave.
but all you did was promise the security guard food when you brought him back, and they opened the gate for you. I mean, it really was.
So,
that's the way it worked.
I could, and if I didn't have a car, I could just walk because 7-Eleven and like a bagel shop or whatever was just like a couple blocks down the road. My kid can't skip school. Like, where you go.
There's nothing.
You're gonna scale the fence, and then you still gotta like walk. You're gonna have to huff it to the main road, and then where are you gonna go?
Hang out
like
with the
the marina?
peacocks.
You're gonna go to the marina? Where you're gonna hang out with peacocks? At the
Peacocks on
lake?
street.
Like there is nowhere to go, kiddo.
There is an absurd amount of peacocks around that school. Like
It's in
seen like
Palmetto Bay. Yeah, Palmetto Bay, Cutler Bay, for whatever the
No,
reason.
but
It's
I've been
like
driving
Peacock
down
Central.
that, and there's I've seen dozens of peacocks, and I'm just like,
Don't know why.
They're so pretty.
They are, but
They're so pretty.
now when they're crossing the road and
no, I
you're
don't
in a
know.
hurry, you're like, wait.
Do you know what they sound like?
Yes. It's not a nice sound.
It's not.
I was
I'm
gonna
not
say
gonna
it's
do
not-
it because it's gonna sound weird. But it's like
Now,
the most,
now everyone's watching you. Like, what does it
let's
sound
go-
like,
let's go,
Yvette?
Yvette.
What does it sound
I'm
like,
gonna do it.
Yvette?
Actually, my youngest does. So where my boys, my two older, where they go to school.
Your youngest does this at home. This is his.
No. Okay, so this is the thing. So my two oldest.
This is his talent.
There's a great story behind this. So where my two oldest go to high school, the baseball field, peacocks frequent it a lot.
Oh, okay.
And even though you don't see them, you hear the
You hear
squawking
them.
noise. And it'll be in the middle of a game, and you hear the squawk. So what ends up happening is when these boys go and play against other teams at other schools, they will mimic the peacock noise because that is their like.
Like they're calling. That's their like what's you call it? Chant? Like their chant?
What
And
is?
it's the peacock noise, and it is the most.
Come on, so you hear it all the time, so you really know what the sound is.
It's
so
a
show us.
honk. It is literally like a honk sound.
It is like this. It's just this. It's a squawking noise, but it's just so loud. And like we've had, I'll never forget. I think it was my oldest, maybe his second year. A kid was going to the outfield to catch a fly ball, and a peacock jumped over the fence at him when he was gonna go catch a fly ball.
But
Oh my God.
and the thing is, you would never think such a beautiful, majestic animal
They're
would have
huge.
that sound.
No, but
It
they're,
was like
they're
the
if
most
you live in
horrible
that
sound.
area, like the people in the area, they hate them. They
Oh, I'm
destroy
sure.
their they destroy their roofs.
Oh, I'm
their
sure.
poop is horrendous. Like it's. I mean, think about that bird, and that bird is sitting perched on top of the tree that's on your car.
Yeah, but so yeah,
Yeah,
for me,
they're
it's
not that
aside
cute.
from hanging with peacocks, what is she gonna do?
Like what? Is she,
So she can hang out in the old juvie detention center, and there you go. And that's
there's
what
nothing in the area even to skip.
That's
to.
what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing. At least when I was in high school, like again, I can go to the 7-Eleven, I can go to the bagel
I was in
shop up
Southwest.
the
I had the
street.
strip. Everything on Bird Road.
Yeah. And and I had like Nena's, which was a little breakfast place a couple blocks up. And we walk over there and we'd have our little
had
café con
everything.
leche and our,
We had Cosme's
but
cafe.
now it's like, and even where my oldest went to high school, where are you going to go? It's all residential. You're going to go to someone's house? Like, be like,
Knock, knock.
you know?
Yeah.
Do you have cafe con leche?
So, I feel bad in a way, but at the same, that's why they need senior skip day because they can't skip any other way,
Yeah.
But
So, do you find yourself a lot more lenient than our parents were with us?
absolutely.
And I find myself like my kids say things to me that I'm just like, why are you sharing this with me? Kind of. And then it's one of those, it's a great feeling, right? That they feel
Yeah.
comfortable enough. But then there's times where I'm like, why
You're
are you
like, I just want to do this.
Like,
See,
I
that's
do.
the thing. I was I was very
it's-
open
No.
with my mom.
No, I feel like no, like, and it's
No.
not that I.
And it's not that my mom and I didn't have an open relationship, but I take into account culture,
I think
generation.
I think it was generational.
It's
the only thing I can think of.
It's
And
that
I think-
generation
yeah.
culture. My mom was raised very, Roman Catholic. So there were a lot of topics that were not discussed. And so when I made sure that when my girls were older, there's certain conversations like when you have girls that you need to have, when they hit certain phases of their life where I was like, okay, what are the things I wish I could have just sat down with my mom and talked about openly without fear of shame or, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I tried to be that for my girls, so when they were of age and, God, I'll never forget. There was one summer, I think my oldest was about 12 or 13. We were sending them to Georgia for the summer to just hang out with the family. Her sister's in the back seat. So she, at this point, is like 7 or 8. So, having conversation with her and being like, okay, if there's anything that you need, like, I'm not going to be there, but your aunt's going to be there. So you can talk to her. That's another woman, blah, blah, blah. Do you have any questions? My oldest bust out with, what does it mean to be a transgender? And I was like, I'm in the car. And I'm like, this has absolutely nothing to do with bra sizes
with
or
anything to do with that. Of all the questions you anticipated to answer was this.
And that was why? Because she had seen some documentary the night before talking about transgender. And I'm sitting there in the car and I said, okay, how am I going to handle this? And I said, what do you think it means? So when she told me, I was like, you're kind of on the right path, but not really. So let's go ahead and so I was just like, how would I have wanted?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it's like we don't talk about those things.
But that's good that you asked that. That's good that you asked
Well,
that
I
first
wanted to
because
get
then
a
you
level
knew how
set.
much of the extent she knew about it. Then you can go about answering
Right.
the
So
question.
I level set and then, having grown up, like, she walked one of my closest friends' weddings, which, you know, it was two women that were getting married. She walked that wedding. You know, she knows the dude. And so it was those things of, so as we're kind of discussing all these things that had nothing to do with the original topic, as we were discussing all this, it was like, wait a minute, those people are gay. So but what that also showed me is, for her, it was just normal. But having that conversation was then attaching the labels. But yeah, it goes back to having conversations with them that I couldn't have with my mom. I don't know how open she would have been about it. Because again, cultural, generational, all of that stuff.
I feel like ours was like, we were super, super close to my mom because it was only us four.
It was
Because
like, it was literally
three. Only
I
us.
was just gonna ask you how you felt when your kid asked you for a fake ID. Like, I had no idea this was like going the complete opposite. Like,
I think it's
like,
you know, I always try, and this was with both kids, right? And it's funny because like my oldest is very much like straight and narrow. Like, she is much more like, out of the three of us, my oldest is like more conservative.
she's the adult.
Yeah.
She is a lot more conservative than even me and her sister. But a lot of like behaviors, right? I just think I was in high school. So I would much rather you come to me and ask for whatever stupid shit you're looking for, minus drugs. Let's clarify.
Yes, please.
Let's clarify. I do have some boundaries here. But you want a fake ID? It's like, at least I know you have it, so that if you get busted or whatever, I'm not como una freaking come mierda. Like, what do you mean? Where did you get?
My mom's always said that. Tell me everything because I'm the only one that can save you if something
Exactly.
happens.
So when she told me, I was just like, really? That's the address you're gonna use? Main Street? Is this Disney World? Seriously?
Well, I feel like my kid's fake ID looks like a Costco card.
Again,
And when he showed it to me, I was like,
I paid money for that.
and I'm like, and he's like, no, because it's from, I don't know, it was a different state. It was in Florida. I'm like, this looks like a Costco card. I was like, maybe use this like if you're in Florida, because maybe
That's why the kids get two, because one's gonna get confiscated. Damn it! Someone's gonna look at that and be like, "Really, kid? Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you in."
And
Just
then I always think of like McLovin is what I think.
oh, McLovin.
Is what I think of. But when I was just like, and then their father, when he's like, you're giving them money for a fake. I'm like,
they're gonna get it anyway.
I was like, well, I mean, he wants to go to the after party for homecoming. Like, what are my options? I mean, I get it. You know what? I wish I could have asked my parents
Exactly
for the money for the fake ID.
That's the mentality that I
senior
take
in high
of.
school.
I would never have approached my
I
mother
would've
with
never.
half the conversations that my girls come to me with, but I rather they come to me with them versus
Someone
un
else.
pendejito
or-
that's the same age that
And
has
has no
no idea,
experience.
no experience.
It's gonna give you the wrong answer.
Exactly. So,
For sure.
you know, I am more lenient, but it's also because, you know, I was in high school and I remember that age. Whereas, you know, my mother to this day will tell you, like, my mother didn't do drugs. My mother didn't do the whole alcohol thing, whatever. I'm going to out you. My mother planted a pot plant when I was a kid because she thought it was a fern. And she planted it in the front of the house until an American neighbor was like, what the hell is that? And she's like, it's my beautiful fern. And the woman's like, that is not a fern. It is a fucking pot plant. So that is how innocent
Oh my God.
my mother is. To the point, you know what? I'll make the story even better. You guys remember Forrest Gump? Jenny's sitting in a circle and she's doing the little campfire with the LSD cubes. We're all watching the movie and she looks at my brother. She's like, ay, mira, están haciendo s'mores.
Qué bonito.
That's my mother. So bless her heart. There were certain conversations
I love it.
that you can't have with her because of the innocence too, because
I love it.
She just-
maybe she knows and she acts like she doesn't.
No.
My mother was
My
like
mother
that. My
will
father
straight
not
up
so
tell
much.
you.
My
My-
dad knew much more.
No. My
my
mother
God.
is straight up. My mother, very innocent. Listen, I don't know where I got my mouth from because my mother doesn't curse. My mother. So yeah. So for her, Jenny was just having a s'mores. S'mores.
It's more.
Qué bonito.
Yes. But yeah. So that's why I am as lenient, because I enjoyed my teenage years responsibly,
We made it.
So
I
was
survived.
I'm
I
like,
made
we
it.
made it.
Yeah,
I made it.
I
So-
survived and I made it. So
And I
let's
want
see.
my-
But
and
my
I-
kids will never be able to get away with anything because I will check I was that kid that
So
snuck people
they
in.
get away with it because you allow it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like with my kids is, again, it goes back
And when
to.
I say you allow it, I mean like, it's like when they tell me things that I'm like,
I know.
I know you're not. But you know what? We're
It
just,
goes back to what I said in, I can't remember what episode of like, if I am asking you about something, it's because I know the answer.
Yeah. Just,
So,
I just want you to
Me
confirm.
puedes dar, and my kids will basically say like, I'm just going to tell my mom the truth because
yeah.
She knows
she's
already.
going to know. Like she's
Yeah,
just
it's
going to
gonna
know.
be worse.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but we'll see once, now the little one, if she does actually go out of state, we'll see how. I pray for Georgia. I pray for Georgia.
You're like, they ain't ready. Wherever she's going, they
They
ain't
ain't
ready.
ready. They ain't ready. Good Lord. But yeah. So, let's see. Our next episode, we're gonna have our first guest.
I know. That's
I'm-
exciting.
and it's gonna be a male
Ooh.
because we talk so much about men don't have it easy either. So.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a male coming joining us on the couch to have some discussions about parenting and also like mental health and all of those things
But
that,
from a male perspective,
From a
which
male
is going to be so
perspective
nice to, you don't hear us yapping all the time.
And
You get
proof
to
that
hear
we
him.
don't hate men.
yeah, we don't. As much as we talk about her kids being, ay, bendito, but
My kids are amazing though. Like I talk a lot of trash, but they really are good kids. Like I just they take a lot out of me, but I feel like they take a lot out of me because I put so much energy. Like they are like I feel like I'm like those are my heart and soul. So when I see them, I'm just like I'm tired. Like when I'm done raising those boys,
like I'm done.
I'm done. Like physically, mentally. Like I'm just gonna be
They're
like the
kids
little
are like-
shriveled, the little shriveled tree from Little Mermaid.
Yes, that's it.
Like when Ursula takes their souls. That's what I'm gonna look like.
Oh my God.
When I'm done raising these kids.
The soulless mermaids.
No,
Oh my God.
They're like little trees. They're like little.
They're like little urchins. We'll,
look
we'll
like
bring
little-
up
and they-
during a break. We'll bring it up so you can see.
That's what I feel
Oh my
I'm gonna
gosh.
look like when I'm done raising these kids.
Well, we are so excited for the next episode.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging with Las Primas, and we will see you the next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you've been through something similar, hit our DMs. We love hearing your stories.
If there's a topic you want us to dive into, don't be shy. We promise to keep it 100% real and unfiltered.
Follow, subscribe, and share with your favorite primas.
Pero not really.